Great. Hi, Adam. Thanks for joining us today. We'll lead off with Parker Gabriel from the Denver Post.
Hey
Cool.
Adam, I'm curious. Obviously, you're out there and next to the tackles a lot, and you shuffled them quite a bit with the injury situation. I'm just curious how you thought Matt Peart and Frank and just sort of the rotating cast of the offensive line ended up being, held up over the course of the game.
I think we held up great. I mean, obviously, when you go into a game like that, it's all about how to handle Crosby, and I think for the most part, that was done. And those guys came in, stepped in, and did a great job. I mean, they're always ready, no matter what. So we obviously have a lot of confidence that room's really deep. They have a great coach in there, and yeah, I mean, we have a lot of confidence. So whenever they need to go in there, they'll be ready for it.
Arnie Stapleton, Associated Press.
Hey, Adam. I'm curious with your background and playing in New Orleans. So earlier today, Shawn Pyton said he appreciated having a quarterback in Bo Nix that would, sort of clap back at him when he was hollering at him on the sideline. And he said he appreciates that Bo has that passion for the game. And I'm wondering if the players, the teammates, appreciate that in a quarterback as well.
Yeah, I think we absolutely do. Obviously, they're two very competitive people, and they love each other, they love working with each other. So it's not a problem at all. It's a very good thing, and I think it is a good thing when your quarterback shows up like that and is fiery and all that type of stuff. That's what you want to play for as a player. That's what you want to step in the huddle with. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, whatever happened on the sideline. But I can say that, yeah, we as players absolutely respect that type of stuff.
Thanks.
Brendan Cristal.
Hey, Adam, I realize on game day you've got your own job to worry about, but as the vet, when Greg Dulcich is a healthy scratch as opposed to being banged up, and Lucas is getting the spot there, how do you kind of handle the dynamic of just being a teammate and helping Lucas with whatever you're going to need during the game and keeping Greg's spirits up for whenever he gets his chance again?
Yeah, fortunately, Greg obviously, like, he's not fazed by anything. He's obviously a competitor. He wants to be out there, but he'll be ready if he ever needs to be, or whatever the case is. So, yeah, it's a tough line to walk. There's no question about that. But we all love each other in our room. Our room has a really great dynamic. So it's not like we showed up this week and anyone was mad at each other and like all of a sudden people aren't talking. That does not exist in our room, and we would not allow that. So, yeah, it wasn't really, there's no problem. There's none of that. So, we have a great room, and that stuff will never exist.
Andrew Mason, denversports.com.
Hey, Adam, to go back to what was mentioned earlier in the call, Shawn Pyton talked about how he's looking for people that have passion for the game, not other things, in terms of players on his roster. And in your experience playing under Shawn, like, how does he make that sentiment clear to you guys and reinforce that on a day-to-day basis?
I mean, I think there's a certain standard that's upheld, and we're professionals, and he lets us be professionals. But at the end of the day, like, you're spending too much time doing something else. If you just don't show that you're here for the right reasons, like, they'll find a way to replace you, and it's really that simple. So yeah, I mean, you gotta be on top of your stuff, or you're not going to be playing. You're not going to be a part of the team, really. And it's a culture thing too, right? When you got here last year, we're trying to establish something here. So, yeah, I think that's all part of it. And yeah, I mean, football's your job. Like, it's not a hobby. So you got to really be dialed in at all times.
Kyle Fredrickson, The Gazette.
Hey, Adam, this was an offense a year ago that struggled to score touchdowns in the red zone, but it's been pretty effective the past few weeks. What do you think have been some of the keys to increasing that production?
I think we've been able to run the ball. And anytime you can do that in the red zone, it's a huge deal. Obviously, we haven't been, I think even the 2 sacks this game, or the 3, none of them were inside the red zone. So when you don't take sacks inside the red zone and you can run the ball, you're going to score points. And I think those are 2 things we've done a really good job of so far this year. And we'll just look to build on that.
Parker Gabriel.
Yeah, Adam, I guess flip side of that, third down has continued to be a struggle. I mean, you guys have got some in timely moments, but is there a common denominator there, or is it just about being in better third down situations? What have you seen in that department?
Yeah, I think if we can just get in the third and manageable, everything becomes a lot easier. The playbook really opens up for what we want to do. But when you're not good on first and second down, which is a huge emphasis for us pretty much every week, when you're not good on first and second down, you're ending up in 3rd and 7+, and that's a very bad. I don't care what offense you're in, like that's a bad spot to be in. So it's just continuing. We just need to continue to move the ball forward on first and second down. Incompletions, now it's 2nd and 10. You might run the ball 2 yards, now it's 3rd and 8, and you can't get in those situations. So it's all about being positive on first and second down.
Brandon Cristal.
Hey, Adam, going back to the blocking and, whether it's revolving tackles or a game plan that calls for whether it's you or Nate or whomever to every now and then draw a Max Crosby one-on-one or have to give more attention as the tight end being the primary blocker. I guess what's it say about your coaching staff's faith in you guys that you can handle that assignment, and that even though he did obviously get to bow some, Max wasn't the game wrecker that he has been in the past against the Broncos?
Yeah, I think it says a lot. The confidence they have in us. I think you go around and look at any other offense play that I don't think tight ends are getting asked to do what we're getting asked to do against that type of player. So obviously he's the elite of the elite type of player. And like I said earlier, you have to take him out of the game somehow. And he's going to get a sack. He's going to get a TFL. Some of that stuff's going to happen. That's just part of it. But you really try to limit that. But yeah, the confidence they have in us from that perspective is definitely like a confidence booster, I guess, for yourself as well. That you're, asked to do these jobs. I mean, that's not easy. We don't pass pro for a living. It's not like you're a tackle or whatever the case is, So we don't spend a lot of time on task, I would say. So, being asked to do that is a huge deal.
Last question, we'll go back to Andrew Mason.
Hey, Adam, you've obviously been around Lucas Kroll for a while. What sort of progress have you seen from him from training camp through those 4 weeks when he was inactive, and kind of how did he handle being out of the picture the first 4 games?
I think he has a great personality in that he's always up. Like, he's always got high energy. He's very competitive. And you could see it during the practices, when he's inactive and he's on scout team, and making sure he's staying ready in case, he ever does come up or did come up, obviously. So I think the growth more so for him is mentally. Obviously, I've been around him for a while, so I know that from firsthand experience. But just like things that he's been able to learn, and I've been able to help him with, Declan's been able to help him with in these last what's he in his 3rd year. So throughout these last 3 years, he's really grown from that standpoint.
Great. Thank you for your time, Adam.
Thank you.